I am so excited to be here with Matchmaker Ruth Linnert, and I'm really excited to get into some things. So welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I kind of wanted to start off with where you're from, where your beginnings, and go from there.
Sounds good. I am from Santa Ana, California, not far from here, Tongva and Nahashiman land. And I'm bilingual, bicultural, Chicanx, and also queer, also gender expansive. And I learned about matchmaking through a friend of mine who was working with Talkify, and she thought I could be a good fit. And fortunately, I got to join a cohort of other queer matchmakers, and it's been so much fun ever since.
And is it something that you've always kind of pictured yourself being in, or something that you kind of just fell into?
In a lot of ways, it's something I pictured myself coming into. I've always loved connecting with people on a personal level, and I'm a lover of love. And, I've had a little bit of experience matchmaking for friends, both romantically and platonically, so it felt natural.
And is there like a process into matchmaking? Is it something that's kind of tailored to an individual, or is there like an overall process that we can kind of all fall into?
Oh my gosh, it is very individualized. I think it's a very personal experience, and that's kind of what I love about what I get to do. I'm getting to know a person, their personal history, their background, their values and preferences, and that really is what influences how I search on their behalf. So getting to know them, their ins and outs, and letting that be my guiding light.
And as a matchmaker, kind of personally, is it more difficult for, let's say, you to find someone as opposed to finding it for somebody else?
Yes, that's a great question. I sometimes describe myself like the chef who prepares these beautiful, elaborate meals for all of their guests and goes home and has a bowl of instant ramen for dinner. So that's a little bit how it feels for me, but I'm also constantly inspired by my clients and their experiences. I think they really keep me motivated as a single person myself.
Do you think that matchmaking, let's say maybe matchmaking for a queer person as opposed to someone who's straight, is it different? Is it more challenging?
It is different. It has its blessings and burdens.
Like everything.
Like
yeah.
everything. But what I love about it is that I think that there is such a, base of community, connection, understanding, a shared culture ultimately. And I love that with queer matchmaking, generally speaking, people are very open and fluid in how they perceive attraction. So I just think that it's really special and more varied. Generally speaking, a lot of queer folks aren't as fixed on physical preferences. They're more open to different body types and backgrounds and experiences, and it's a celebration of individuality, and that's what I love about it.
And do you think that that's kind of evolved in your time as a matchmaker? Like, have you seen it increase throughout?
Absolutely. I think throughout the process of matchmaking, oftentimes people come into the process with a certain idea in mind. And then as they go along and they start to experience more connection and see what is possible, it does change their perspective a lot. So it's a work in progress, but I think by the end of their experience at Talkify, they're generally much more open and confident, and yeah, it's a game changer.
What do you think? I'm curious, like, what do you think is like the one thing that people kind of self-sabotage when it comes to finding love?
Expectations, I would say, is one way that people sometimes self-sabotage, right? Because again, we have all of these preconceived ideas of what we think partnership and romance should look like. But I find that when people are able to leave expectations at the door, it really opens up a lot of opportunity and possibility. You just never know who you're going to meet, and if it's not the love of your life, they might be the person that introduces you to the love of your life.
Right. Do you have any rules for a successful first date?
Yes, I mean, leaving expectations behind, I would say,
Yes,
is at the top of the list
of
of
course.
rules that I always encourage for my clients. But I think also finding ways to be comfortable and confident throughout the process. So, whether that's choosing a space or an activity or a location that you know you're going to be comfortable in, that is just easy for you, I think that definitely lends to a more positive experience.
Hmm.
And then I would also say being engaged, being thoughtful and considerate, asking good questions,
Right.
actively listening, and just being open.
And how does one sign up for Talkify?
Anyone can sign up through Talkify by visiting our website, which is www.talkify.com. They can also call our in-house team, and the number for that is 415-549-1997.
So thank you so much, Ruth, for being here. There are so many more questions, so you definitely have to be back. And thank you guys for joining us on the Q Agenda. We'll see you guys again next time.